Welcome to VMblog's mega series. Today, we're going to be talking about work from anywhere, and I have the pleasure of having Mikael Lindholm, who is the Senior Solutions Engineer at Stratodesk. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We're glad to have you. I guess if we could just jump right in. It's been a little while since we last spoke with Stratodesk. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about how the company has evolved since we last spoke.
Yeah, sure. So yes, I think Stratodesk really led the change in delivering a powerful turnkey solution for end-user computing and VDI and cloud deployments. So this can especially be seen how we handled the last, let's say, year or so, during the pandemic. So all size of businesses ranging from the SMB sector to enterprises came to us with an urgent need to solve the challenge of enabling work from home. So in the last 12 months or so, Stratodesk evolved with a multitude of new innovations, technologies, and partnerships. And to mention a few recent highlights, this spring we did a major release, codenamed Emerald Bay, that includes updates for collaboration tools, security features like multi-factor authentication, and enabling cloud solutions such as making our management console Note Center available as in Azure Cloud Marketplace. So another thing we did was we added zero-day support for VM Horizon 2006 client, which brought the long-awaited Microsoft Teams optimization to that platform. And we were the first in-client solution to achieve Nutanix frame-ready status. And we just recently announced a special partnership together with Amulet Hotkey and Radici, offering a kind of ultra-high performance solution for the most demanding use cases. And looking outside of technology, so we added also a lot of people to our workforce. So I think we almost doubled the amount of people working for us now to really just to match the demand for our solution.
Great. And as we're talking about, work from anywhere and the accelerated world of remote work, how does your company see it and define it?
Yeah, so the remote work trend has been growing for quite some time already. So it was slowly ongoing for perhaps the last 5 to 3 years. But the pandemic just speed that really up. It's going to put a hype drive to the whole thing. So instead of the thing of people moving from the office and working wherever they want to, kind of like it all happened at once. It was everybody had to go home now. The office is closed, So, but from a certain standpoint, remote work is really not what we're talking about anymore. It's so many already kind of like made that switch, and now it's this year it's been more about making a remote work better and more closer to enable hybrid work, and that's really what we're here to talk about today.
And why would you say hybrid work is such an essential model moving forward for businesses and enterprises?
Yeah, so hybrid work, yeah, as you said, it's I think something that we are all headed towards. And so there will always be kind of like a substantial amount of people working remotely and often also more and more geographically dispersed. So, and companies also following that trend by perhaps not just hiring the region where they're based, they're hiring, looking for talent everywhere in the world. So the real drive in this year and beyond is really towards hybrid work, to be able to kind of like work in offices, but also out of offices. And I think there was a report from McKinsey just recently who said that, it was a 9 out of 10 CEOs say that hybrid work is where we're going to go in the future. But to put that on paper and say that is what we're going to do is quite easier. To make it work is quite a challenge. So that's what technology and innovation comes in to make it happen. And that's where we are playing today.
So that's a good kind of jumping off point. What is Stratodesk and its technology doing specifically to enable this hybrid work?
Yeah. So to answer that question, I think what we need to do is it's kind of like take a step back and look what has happened in the last 12 months. So the rapid switch to work from home did expose a lot of people who never ever worked outside the office, to remote work in just say one day. They have been going all their life to a certain place to do their work. And also the IT department had to switch from just supporting a small amount of employees that worked remotely to support a completely remote workforce. So that the IT department had to look for new solutions as well. And so there was a call for a new solution that was simpler and easier to support than before, because the IT department, for example, if there's a user had a problem in the office, what you could do is you go to the IT desk or call them and say, can you please come here and look at the problem? And IT could come there and you could talk to them on site. Now, IT wasn't there next to you helping you to solve the problems, so things had to get simpler. So what's really called for is a simplified solution that didn't cause as many support calls like a regular fully fledged Windows PC. And also the security challenge is completely different when all your users sit at home compared to where you have most of your users in a secure and protected LAN environment. And so that's why you had to find a simplified, highly secure solution at the endpoint. And that's really what Stratodesk No Touch is all about. And our hardware agnostic approach will enable customers to run a simplified lockdown endpoint that enables employees to carry out the job regardless of what device they're on. So with Stratodesk No Touch Go, for example, which is a very small, it's so small you can't really see it, is a minimum small USB stick that you can use to boot up almost any hardware, and that you can do without the need of IT. And then, in the case that you need IT's help, we have capabilities in our solution to help IT to shadow your session, whether you use VDI or locally installed apps or whatever you're using to get your job done, and be there just like in the days of the office to help out solve out your problems. Another thing I should mention here, perhaps here as well, is we really put a lot of effort to make Stratodesk No Touch Center to be very easily uploaded to a public cloud infrastructure, or even to subscribe to as a service, something that also customers had taken advantage of when they really to quickly get going when things had to happen rapidly, which is something that was the need for 12 months ago.
Now, as hybrid work evolves and becomes more mainstream, what are some of the issues that you think companies will face?
Yeah. Well, one of it I touched a little bit already. So the use of personal devices is going to be a huge issue. People will want to use whatever device they have at hand. And there's going to be the challenge, how do you then secure, corporate and confidential data and still enable them to work there? And the switch between the personal device and the corporate device, because you in the, let's say, the new hybrid world, you will do some work at home, you will do some work at the cafe, you will do some work at the office where you come together to collaborate in person. And to make that switch easy and manageable from IT and easy to use for the employee, that's where the challenge is going to be.
And now, do you see the shift in work changing the way that teams and organizations operate moving forward?
Yeah, I think the big change happened already, because if you look what happened or what has happened the last 12 months, one of the biggest changes that's taken is how we communicate, and this is where Stratodesk was really innovative and take saw this coming a long time ago, and partnering with or making alliances with the key players in this area, like Microsoft and Zoom and so on, and enabling them these tools to be installed and shipped together with integrated with our solution, enabled employees and companies to take advantage of these collaboration tool when the pandemic hit. So this is the way this is one of the key things. Let's say not just the use of these tools, but also the use that it's not like we just use Zoom or we use Microsoft Teams or we use WebEx Teams or Google Meet or whatever. We actually use all of them together. We use so the employee have to be able to meet virtually whatever tool it is at hand that they need to have to be able to talk to the customer or to be able to talk to their teams. So I think that's the biggest change that has happened over the time, and that's going to be the new challenges also going forward.
Now, what problems outside of remote and hybrid work are being solved by your software?
Well, yeah, one really tangible problem that actually touches hybrid work is chip shortage. So as we talked earlier, hybrid work, that means that you do some work at least in the office. Otherwise, it would be work from anywhere. That's remote work in general. But hybrid work is that you're going to be doing some work in the office, and there, since the offices were closed, there was a lot of workstations there just being gathering dust all the time when the offices were closed. And these workstations, together with let's say the old laptops that were handed out from the company's storage rooms for users to work on, they would, it would be time for them to get a refresh so that they can run the latest OS versions. But due to the chip shortage, hardware vendors are struggling to deliver new hardware. But thanks to Stratodesk No Touch, all of the customers can prolong their lifetime of their current hardware thanks to our PC repurposing capabilities. And this also goes hand in hand with the green computing initiative that is kind of taking place all across the globe. Another one I want to talk about here as well is that, let's say, the apps or the kind of apps that we are using is changing. So browser-based business apps, the use of that is increasing all over the time. And this is presenting IT with a new challenge. How do you protect the company data now when the user is actually using the browser? That's like the number one risk tool that you could use to access, confidential and company resources. So here again, Stratodesk No Touch can help by offering a kind of like a lockdown, secure browsing platform for accessing these apps and greatly reducing the risk associated with surfing the web.
Now, if companies are looking for solutions to help solve this hybrid work problem, obviously they'll look at your company. What are some of the things that that Stratodesk offers that differentiates itself from the competitors in this space?
Well, I think Stratodesk is faster, more innovative and flexible than other players. We're constantly pushing the envelope beyond what anyone could expect in end user computing and browser-based apps and all of that and so on. And not only ourselves, but partnering with the right key players in this industry, like the big ones like Microsoft and Citrix, but also the key industry players, or smaller ones like, for example, Teradici, Nutanix, and Emulet Hotkey, and companies like that, to partner with these ones, and then together bring out a good solution for the customer. I think that's where we're quicker and smarter than the other guys. And additionally, since we are a software-only solution, we're device agnostic, and we run really on a unprecedented number of devices. And I think this is one of the key visionary ideas our founder had on day one when Stratodesk was founded, to say that we're going to build a software-only one because that's going to be more flexible, quicker than everybody else in the industry.
Now, we're hoping, would it be possible if we get a demo from you, maybe take a look at the product ourselves?
Yeah, sure. We could do that. Okay, so here we're looking at a kind of like a normal view of a user using an employee using Stratodesk to access and doing his daily work. Now in this case, he's using some applications, business applications delivered from the Citrix workspace to do his job, and working here on a business plan. And then he has to join a Zoom call, and Zoom is not installed on his or her device, and it's not available in the Citrix environment. So okay, panic! I need to get on this Zoom call. It's very important for this customer. Now, one very nice feature of what we have in Stratodesk is a extremely easy way for the user to call like a help from the IT department, to kind of press Control-Alt-I, which basically sends a request up to the management console, and IT can come here and kind of like look together on the screen and ask, so what's the issue together with the user, and said the user can say, okay, look, I would need Zoom here, and you say, okay, IT says that, okay, cool, I can fix that. Is there anything else I can work with you? Well, they said, okay, can you please also, the background is pretty boring, can you please make a new background for me as well? It's like, well, okay, I can perhaps do that as well. And here we see with an alert, we've got a notification coming out, somebody needs help. Look on that device. Okay, so this device this user needs help, and we could then press on the shadow button there to go, and that's where basically that's where we just were. But okay, we needed to have zoom to this user and change the background. So we're going to do that together now. It's going to see how quickly it is. I'm just going to say that yes, this user needs zoom. Quickly go there. Press announce. And there was something else this guy needed, was that a new background picture. We're going to be nice to them today and make that happen as well. So we're going to go to the display and pull down and saying we're going to have a nice picture from Miami actually. So that's going to be nice. I'm going to announce. What we are seeing here is the user screen again. So if you remember before, we had another background there. It was the picture from space. And we can see now we have here Zoom as well installed. So now the user can click Zoom, and it starts here and then join the meeting and so on. So this way, IT can help and be there. The user can do whatever he wants. He has the applications coming from a VDI backend or using browser-based apps, perhaps with just Chromium and so on. And he can use different collaboration tools as he goes. So that's really what I wanted to show with this demo today.
Well, thanks for that great demo. Where can our viewers go if they want to find out more information about some of the stuff you discussed today?
Well, I think the best way to learn more and keep up to date what we are up to here at Stratodesk is to go to our company website, stratodesk.com, and sign up for the newsletter. And we are all, of course, present on all social media channels as well. So you could follow us there and see you there.
Well, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more from our cloud technology partners, please hit the like button and subscribe. And if you want to get notified next time we post a video, please hit the subscribe and the bell notification. Very important.